to Parents Help Kids Learn, where we learn what good readers do. When you're reading books that are just right for you, about a swimming pool, or about giving your dog a bath, or about going camping, there will be 1, 2, 3, or 4 words on each page that you won't know. In our past 3 lessons, we've learned 3 reading strategies to use when stuck on a word. The first one was, when stuck on a word, good readers sound it out. The second strategy was, when stuck on a word, good readers look for chunks in the word. And the third reading strategy was, when stuck on a word, good readers look at the picture. Today we have a 4th reading strategy to use when stuck on a word. And today's lesson is, when stuck on a word, good readers skip the word and then go back. Let me repeat this because this is our lesson today. When stuck on a word, good readers skip the word and then go back. So let's take a look at some sentences and see if by skipping the word and then going back, we can figure out a difficult word. And I want to tell you that the reason that you're able to often figure out a difficult word by skipping it and reading on and then going back is because after the difficult word, there's often words that give you clues to what that difficult word is. So when you skip the word, read to the end of the sentence or even maybe to the end of the second sentence and then go back, and I think you may be surprised how often you can figure out a difficult word just by skipping the word, reading on, getting some clues, and then coming back and figuring out that difficult word. Let's look at some sentences today, and let's do it together. I have a sentence written on this big whiteboard. The difficult word I've covered with blue paper. So if you were reading along and you read A and then you didn't know that word, that's the difficult word. Could you guess what that word would be? No, not very easily because there's not enough information. But let's continue to read the sentence and see if these words help us to figure out this difficult word. Let's do this together. And when I come to this difficult word, I'm just going to say blank because, again, we don't know what that difficult word is. It's too tricky for us. So I'll call it blank. Read it with me. A blank is a large and often hairy spider. Let me read that again. A blank is a large and often hairy spider. So, from just those words that come after that difficult word, we know it's a spider, right? Because it says a blank is a large and often hairy spider. So we know that that word is going to be a type of spider. How many types of spiders do you know about? Or how many names of spiders do you know? We also know that the spider, that's the difficult word, it's large and it's hairy. How many spiders do you know are large and hairy? What are you thinking right now? Tell your parent if you have a guess about what type of spider is this difficult word. So now I'm going to uncover part of that word. I'm going to tell you that I'm going to show you that the first sound is the sound T. Is that what you were thinking? Was that the spider you were thinking? Let's go ahead and look at the whole thing. T. Tarantula. Tarantula? Is that what you were thinking? That is a tricky word because in this word tarantula, that letter makes the ch sound. Tarantula. Wow, what a difficult word. Do you see how skipping that word and then coming back to it later, all these words down here gave you clues to what that difficult word is. Let's read the whole thing. A tarantula is a large and often hairy spider. Nice job, boys and girls. Let's take a look at another one. So here I have the beginning of the sentence, and then this is the difficult word right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to skip this difficult word. We're going to continue on. We're going to look for clues, and then we'll go back and we'll see if we can figure out that word. All right? So let's go ahead and try it. In our city's new blank. Well, we know it's in the city, so it's something that's in the city. In our city's new blank, we can see sharks up close. Oh. So those words that came after that difficult word can help us, give us some clues about what that word is. Actually, this word might be able to give us some clues too. So this is going to be something that's in the city, and it's probably going to be a place that we can see sharks up close. Do you have any guesses? Tell your parent if you're guessing a place that would be in the city that you could see sharks up close. Whisper it to your parent. Well, let's see if you're right. Those words after the difficult words are really helpful, aren't they? They give us a lot of clues. In our city's new aquarium, we can see sharks up close. Does that make sense? Aquarium, in our city's new aquarium, we can see sharks up close? Well, yes, it does. So we were able to skip the word and then go back and figure it out from the words that came after it. Wow, this is a great strategy, this strategy number 4. Let's do another one. So this one, here's the difficult word. I'm going to take off. We're going to skip this difficult word, and we're going to go on and read the rest of the sentence. Then we're going to come back and see if we can figure it out. We gave my mom a pretty blank of flowers on Mother's Day. Let's see about the clues there. Well, we know it's something for mom, and it's something pretty, and it's a pretty blank of flowers for Mother's Day. What would you guess? I'm going to give you a clue. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to tell you that the first sound is going to be B. What do you think it is? A pretty, something that starts with B of flowers. Let's look at the whole word. A pretty bouquet of flowers. Let's read the whole thing and see if that makes sense. We gave my mom a pretty bouquet of flowers on Mother's Day. Now you might have been thinking when I showed you the B, you might have been thinking basket, but you can see it can't be basket because it doesn't have an A or a circ or, so it couldn't be basket, but this one is bouquet. So you do need to look back at the word because you need to look at the letters in the word, and those can be helpful to figure out these difficult words. But more importantly is to look at these other words around it and then go back and read it again and see if you can get the right word. So boys and girls, now it's your turn to read together. Choose some Just Right books, and as you read, when stuck on a word, skip the word and then go back, because that's what good readers do. Happy reading, and I'll see you next time.